If anyone, I think since we were last here, there's been another update to iOS 10. So for those of you who have, who's already updated? Hands up if you've already updated. So if you have already updated, it's worth taking on the update of the update of the upgrade, because they're up to version 10.1.1. Yeah, last I checked. I mean, I probably could check again. It might be something else. So if you're not sure what you're on, you go into your settings app. So this is your settings, and up to the top, to general. So to your general option, whoops, not that one, missed. And then the about option will tell you what version you're currently on. So I am on 10.1.1. And if you want to check if there is another update, it's amazing how some mornings I'll wake up and think, I'll just check if there's another update. And sometimes there is.
They usually tell you though, don't they?
Not always. Sometimes it's there, but it hasn't actually been sort of flagged to you yet. It just depends on whether it's being downloaded and all that sort of stuff. So it tells me there that I am up to date, 10.1.1. So if you do go to that software update option and it says that there's an update there, don't do it now. But you can do it when you go home. Actually put it on the charger and do it then. Yeah.
Is that the same for the desktop? Is that what an update as well?
I think it has had since a week or two ago. There would have been an update. Yeah, there was.
And there's no problems with Sierra.
We're only doing iOS here today.
Oh.
Sierra, I don't know at the moment. My Mac is dead at home.
Oh, right.
It's killed my Mac. And I've done everything I can to try and I tell you what, it's just about done my head in. So I go to do something quickly and then it gives me the spinning beach ball, or it just won't respond. So I've actually got to wipe it and reinstall everything again. So I don't know yet whether it's Sierra or whether it's a fault on the computer, but it started when I installed Sierra, so I've got to, but my other devices are fine. So I've got, this computer and that computer are fine. So it's a little bit, I don't know.
So the letter Sierra
is on the Mac. It's the Mac.
Right.
Yeah, so that was just a Mac.
Can I have a question on the SMSs?
We're going through this presentation, and then if we have time for questions at the end. So this is part 2 of the discovering or exploring iOS 10. So we'll probably get to messages. In here there is the messages stuff, so we can hopefully cover that question when we get to that. So
is this Sierra or not?
now you're on iOS. On your Mac it's Sierra.
Oh, right.
On that, that's the latest version.
So I can update the
You can.
I'm not touching that.
Leave it for now. I think leave it for a little bit longer. Yeah, just in case. If you're actually wanting to stop your device going to sleep while we're in this class, which can be handy, so temporarily you can tell it not to go to sleep so quickly. If you're on iOS 10, it's in display and brightness.
So it's changed.
It's changed, it's moved. It used to be in settings general, and it's called auto lock. So for the purpose of this class, I've set my auto lock to never, and then after the class I've got to remember to set it back so that my device goes to sleep.
Right. Somebody has to remind us.
Please remind me, I know. Hey Siri, remind me. I think whenever I have it up on here it doesn't work. Hey Siri, remind me in 1 hour to reset my auto lock.
And this is auto brightness we're turning off.
No, it didn't hear me because I've got it going through to here. Remind me in 1 hour to reset auto lock.
We turn that off.
Just take it off.
So that's remind me now. Okay.
Sure, the other day I pressed a button and Siri came up, what can I do for you or whatever. And I was most upset that I was trying to do something else. And I said, oh Siri, get out the way. And she came back and said, I cannot do that.
And then what did you say to her? Don't tell us. Sometimes it's necessary to swear at Siri for your own sanity. Okay, I must say I think I've sworn at Siri more often in the last couple of weeks than I typically would. Okay, Okay, so what I thought we'd look at first is your camera and your photos. So there's not that much in the camera app. If we go into the camera app, there's really not much I think that's changed in there. The only thing that's changed for me is I have now got, because I've got an iPhone 7, I have now got a new feature. I'm just going to clean my lens because I've probably been putting my finger all over it. Good hit tip there that, you know, before you take a photo, just check your lens is clean. Well, quite often it's a bit cloudy and you think, oh God, look at all the fingerprints on my lens. So on my iPhone, I have an iPhone 7 Plus. So they've introduced a new feature that's only on these devices, and it's called Portrait. It was released about a week or two ago. And here you go, you're going to be the victim. So I'm going to take a portrait photo. Yeah, with smart. She's made, oh, actually I've still got a dirty lens, I can tell. I've sort of got a halo effect. Now, I just took a photo there. Now, see, look at that. See how it's actually blurred the background. So that's a new feature where it actually looks at what's in the foreground, what's in the background, and it creates, you know, a more sophisticated sort of photo. The normal photo looks like this. There's Jim in the background, but in this one, Jim's blurred.
That's an iOS 7 one.
This is an iPhone 7 Plus. So it's only the Plus that has that. If you're thinking of getting a new phone and you love your camera, it's worth knowing that because only the Plus has the 2 cameras on the back that allow for that, what's called the depth effect.
It's like setting your own SLR.
It is, throw that out, yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah, so it's actually quite lovely. You get some beautiful, I've taken photos of flowers and people and you get some beautiful effects from it. So remember that when you're thinking of your next phone, that it's something. Yeah, that's something that you only get with the Plus version. In the future, maybe they'll have it on others, but just on the Plus.
Talking about them.
Okay, it's called depth effect. So there's really not much difference in the camera apart from that. But if we go into photos, everybody, into your Photos app, there's quite a few changes in photos. Who was it that said they don't like it? What don't you like?
Well, because I can't find my way around.
No. Okay. Navigation-wise, yes. All right, so I'll go into my photos here and here. You've still got the same options, photos and albums. They were there before. So your photos is your timeline of your photos. As it was before, you've got your moments, your collections, your years. So that is the same. The differences you get are that you have, when you tapped on the place that the photos were taken, you used to just get a map straight away, whereas now they give you this new thing where this is I think I hit the wrong thing there. I wanted to hit Vatican. Is it going to do it? Oh, down here. It shows me all, there's a map at the bottom, that the map sort of is at the bottom instead of coming up straight away. So it gives me this set of all my memories of 2015. The photos, I can actually run a lovely movie. If I tap on that, it actually runs it as a movie with music. And actually I'll just get I'll just pop in there, sorry. I just need to grab.
Are you videoing?
I am videoing, yep. So I'm just going to So you'll hear, oh, is it going to play? It's having a thing. Oh, it's actually, because it's a lot of photos, it's downloading. I'll go back and do one that's not got so many photos because it actually has to create a movie from that. So if I go back into my photos, so I go into my photos, I go to I'm just looking at a moment, and say I'm looking at when we were at Uluru. Here we go. So here's some photos here, and if I tap Northern Territory there, it gives me this bit at the top which allows me to play a sort of slideshow with movies. I can look at all the photos there, but also it gives me the map of where my photos were taken. So it's just got a little bit more in that feature than was there before. It used to just give you a map. If I press play on that, we'll see it's actually going to create a movie. And here we go with music. And it plays a slideshow.
Of all your photos?
Of the photos that it found in that sort of set. And just put it together quickly.
Where's the music come from?
Out of here.
They choose their own music.
It chooses its own music. It's beautiful. It's amazing. You have a look.
Is that only on your
This is iOS 10. iOS 10. We're doing iOS 10 now. So this is on all of yours. And so it's the same feature as what you get if you tap memories. If you tap memories, it actually comes up with some suggested memories. So this is reminding us about a trip we did a year ago. Oh, there's a little slideshow of Vietnam. So if I was to tap on that and play it, it'll actually play a slideshow of our trip to Vietnam. And you'll find it pops up different things each day. And you go, oh, I remember that day, or I remember that holiday. And you can just play a quick movie. It's having a think at the moment. I think it's died. So we won't worry about that.
Yeah, on our little 5s.
Have you upgraded?
To 10.11.
Ah, so you haven't got it on yours?
No.
Well, there you go. You've got it. No?
No, I don't think we've got it.
So I didn't realise it wasn't on the 5, so there you go. Okay, there you go. So anyone else not got it? So it must not be on the 5. You're just a plain 5?
Mine's
A 5, yeah. So if you're on the 5, obviously they haven't given you this feature. Yeah.
It's
It's obviously from, I think it would be on, anyone got a 5S? You've got a 5S. Have you got it on yours?
no, because I haven't upgraded.
Oh, you haven't upgraded yet. Anyone else on the, have you got the memories?
Yeah.
So it's only the 5 that doesn't have it. The 5S does.
So we don't have the video either.
No, obviously not. Yeah. Trying to upgrade. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's told me something. Yeah. So you don't actually have it on yours. So I'm going to go back a step here. But look, if you look at mine here, it goes back. Oh, there's 14th of February. I go back. Melbourne Cup 2013.
The boy singing the
Shush. Yeah. But you find that it goes, oh look, December 2014, so it's all these memories that it's presented. And so you can play a little slide. There's a whole heap there. How about that?
Then, when you're in that video part of it,
Yes.
you can then mail it to...
Yeah, you can send that slideshow to someone. Yeah, so if I've got that up there, I could select it. Hang on, let's have a look. Does it let me select the slideshow though? I haven't seen it do that.
Oh, I don't know.
No, I don't think you can. Yeah, no, I don't think. No, because you'd have to send all the photos, and there could be a lot of photos in it. You can send the photos, but yeah.
Oh well.
And so it's actually playing up there without me actually, without the music. It's just giving me a bit of a preview of it. Yeah, so that's a lovely feature.
Yeah,
Yeah,
had the best of the last 3 months. I thought that.
that's great. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes it picks stupid photos. A screenshot. All right. And you can pause it, yeah. Now in the albums area, if we come over to albums, so that's new. That's the same, that's new. And once you've had a look and you know what it is, it's actually quite nice when you're having a, have a bit of time. Sorry, I'm just going to tell this not to swing around by doing my rotation lock so that it stays up that way. Then if I come to my albums, look at you with pride and place there.
I think we can get rid of that.
I love it, I'll take it. Yeah. It's going straight to the pool room.
What's she up to?
So what you've got a couple of new albums that they've given you. You've got places and people. So places is a way of seeing all the places you've visited and the photos that you've taken. Now that's assuming you've turned on your ability to track the location for your photos. And if you have, look at that 5060 taken over there. So it shows you all the photos that you've taken around the world, and you can actually zoom in and see them in different, if I come over to Europe, come over further, where are we? Over there. And then as you expand that view, zoom in, you get to see the photos spread out and show you the photos that you've taken everywhere. You've also got this people album, which is, it's lovely. We've got some friends who are leaving the state. They're going back to their home state to live. And so we wanted to get together some photos. So I could actually find a photo of people in this family, and then I could get it to identify all the other photos that have that person in it, which is fantastic.
Saves a lot of time.
Saves a lot of time. And also, you know, for example, when people, if someone said to me, oh, what do your kids, you know, what do your kids look like now? I can actually quickly see, well, there's all the photos I've got of Andrew. It's found them all, and I can scan through the whole lot. And if I want to then, so in terms of how it works, if I come down here, that's my sister. So what I can do here, it hasn't got a name yet, so what I can do is I can tap on that and I can give her a name. So that was Christine. What have I got under Chris? It can actually look in your contacts.
Yes, she is.
Did you see it? Chris.
Bell.
There she is. Chris Kellerman. Okay, and so now, having done that, it'll show me the photos that it has found with Chris in them, where she's been identified, and it's right so far. Yeah, that's all her. Then down the bottom, I can say, all right, I'm going to look for some more. Confirm additional faces. And then I can say, is that Chris? No. No. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. And, oh, that's me. No. Yes. So you, oh yes. So you actually teach it, and if I just, oh, there she is again. Oh, that's Mum. That's me. That's her. And then I say, oh, that's her. That's her. And then when I say done, what it will tell me is how, oh, did it do it? Normally it tells you how many additional faces it's confirmed. But it will have actually gathered up a whole heap of others apart from just those based on the facial detection that it's
Except your
done.
mum and you though, you must be very similar.
Yeah, but often it actually, what you find, as you've found pretty much all the photos it can find, then it starts to match on people with glasses and the same colour hair and that sort of stuff. So it starts to get, as it's found as many as it can, it starts to get a bit less accurate. But yeah, you definitely see. So, have you got into your albums to see if it's there?
No.
Places? You've got places, but you haven't got faces. Yeah. So you've definitely got the places one, but you haven't got the faces one on the iPhone 5.
So that'd be easier than putting them into albums.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a lovely, easy way of doing it. Yeah.
And then that's like what's on the Mac, sort of.
That's
We've
on the
just
Mac
been
as
doing
well.
that
It's on the Mac. It's, yeah, so it looks the same on the Mac now.
Being a dumb blonde,
Oh,
it's only photos on here that all that happens to.
Yes, yes.
That's a shame because I've got all photos, thousands of them on my iPad.
Well, this is something, you know, I've mentioned previously this iCloud photo library. If you do use iCloud photo library, which I do, it actually synchronises between my devices. But using iCloud photo library comes at a cost that, you know, that's a great benefit, but you've got to understand the negatives as well of using iCloud photo library. Isn't that cute? Gosh. What else? And what you'll also notice in your albums, they've now sort of arranged them a little bit differently. As you come down, you'll see this set at the top. These are the sort of standard albums that Apple gives you, that's based on based on what photos you've taken and sort of what you've done. Whereas at the bottom you've got My Albums. So they've sort of put a heading above that, which wasn't there before. They were all just sort of merged into one. So now you can see the albums you've created versus the albums that Apple has given you that you don't get to change. You can also now, I love this, search for things. Search for a cat. The category cat. Love this. And it finds all the cats.
Oh,
Love it. I went up to the search at the top. So cancel that little search symbol. So tap on the search symbol and you can type dog, which was really handy. I'm going to find all the photos of Rosie. So dog category, and there's all the photos of our dog. Isn't she beautiful?
Yeah. You've got blonde tips.
Yeah, she has, hasn't she? She's getting old. She needs a haircut. I'll do that later. Where's Siri? Hey Siri, remind me. Oh, no, she's not going to work. Got to do that today. And there's some other dogs that have been in our photos. So that's a lovely thing.
So does it give you the, like this says 7 possible, but I know I've got millions more cat photos.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Have you? Definitely on there.
Yeah. Going to society.
Oh, you go to
Depends on whether they're on there or not. It might be that you need to check whether they're in your iCloud or whether there's. Yeah. So this is pretty good actually in terms of what it's found.
Yes, I'm surprised that there aren't 15 million.
Yeah, so it's actually found more recent ones. And also you can I can search for an address, say. So when I'm looking for photos I've taken here, oh God, I wish I could hit the keys. H-I-G-H, High Street. And these, oh, that's different High Streets. If I want High Street Glen Iris, might be good. That was High Street somewhere in the world. Glen. High Street Glen Iris. So if I tap there, it will show me all the photos that have been taken in High Street Glen Iris. So it can, you can show all the photos that are from your house. So you
But
can
again, it's only with your camera.
I think I don't know. Have you tried it?
No, I've just tried it. You can do that.
Yes, but
You've got the 5S. Yeah.
Yes.
So did you tap the search, and do say cat? Whoops, I missed you to get rid of what I just did there. So just try it out, see what you've got. Water. Look for water, house, flower, all that sort of stuff.
No, search.
If ever you need to, sometimes you want to add some text to a photo or an arrow or something like that. So they've added that feature now as well. So if I was to cancel that and come back to what I can do is I'm going to mark you up here. Actually, I'll do the other one because that's too nice. So if I want to mark up a photo, I can't show it on there, but I hit the little, one of the changes that they've got in iOS 10 is a change to how you edit photos. You tap this little symbol sliders down the bottom is your edit photo option. And it used to say edit up the top. So when you're viewing an individual photo, you're viewing the photo, you used to have edit up the top. Now you have these sliders. You have these sliders.
I saw those the other
Isn't that
day.
interesting?
Yeah, none of those things you've been saying.
And you're definitely on 10. It's all looking like it's not 10, but isn't that interesting? So they haven't given you any of that stuff.
I think because we're very basic.
Yeah, it's really interesting. This is a lot they haven't given you. So you probably won't have this feature either. Has everyone seen where the slider is down the bottom there? So that slider, when you're looking at a photo, is your edit option. So you tap on that, and this is where you've got the edit options you've always had, which we cover in the photos class, to crop, to adjust lighting, all that sort of stuff. But you've also got this dot, 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 a dot, dot, dot with a circle, and what you have is markup as an option. Have you upgraded? Oh, up there. Is that dot, dot, dot? Yours is up there.
Oh,
that's weird. Yeah, I don't know why yours is up there. Have you got bold text on?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't fit it along the bottom. So that markup, that option there, now includes this option called markup, which allows you to draw. So I can draw. Or go, nyeh, nyeh, nyeh.
You can put
Little glasses on you. And so you've got various options where you can put some text on, you can draw, or you can magnify. You can magnify an area. So I can magnify.
don't do that.
Yeah. So done. There we go. What a beautiful photo that's become. Done. Look at that. Isn't that stunning? So now when I come back into that, I might just put that back the way it was. I might just say revert. I'll put you back the way you were. There we go. So that's the markup option. So that's very...
Cancel make markup. Where's the reverse?
You say done.
Oh, and then it pops
And
up.
then you can, or when you say done here, when it's actually done, when you go back in, you get reverse.
Oh,
revert to original. I think actually when you're in that markup, let's just do that again. If I go into a photo, into my markup, and I make a change, if I do something on there, you can hit cancel up the top if you don't want to apply that change, that markup that you've done.
What did you use for the writing part?
You haven't got that?
I've only got the those.
There you go. So yeah, so there's certain things that are in and out. Isn't that interesting?
The colour and
Yeah.
Oh, what, you just write with your finger.
With your finger.
I
Yeah.
haven't got any of this,
Yeah,
but
so it
I
must
did
be-
see those lines on
You've got an
something
iPad.
recently.
Is it on the iPad?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. But
Have you upgraded that?
yeah, I think so. It says it's up to date, I think. But it's 8 point something. It's not up to 10.
Oh, that's what I mean. It's up to 10. If it's on 10 on the iPad, you should have these features. I think. Let me just grab mine. Depends on what there's a difference between the iPad. If you've got the iPad Air, iPad Mini 1, it's a bit like the 5 where they're not actually updating certain things on the iPad Mini. And if you've got an iPad 2, you'll find that most of this stuff, you can't actually upgrade your iPad 2 anyway.
I won't even bother looking.
No, it's probably not worth looking.
It says is up to date at 9.3.5.
Yeah, so that's an iPad Mini 1, so it's not able to be updated any further.
So I can't go
You can't go any further with
I've got to
that.
buy a new one.
Yeah, those as well.
Oh, Lynette, I think you should go into selling.
It's not my fault, don't blame me.
You should go into selling updated.
I know, I should get a commission, shouldn't I? I'm looking on my iPad, this is an iPad Mini 2, so if I edit that and I do this, have I got the markup? No, I haven't got it on here either, so that's
So you're
interesting.
what, 9 point?
Oh, no, sorry, I haven't updated this one yet. I've left this one on the old version, so I can't confirm on that. I think it's from the iPad Mini 2 upwards and the iPad 3, I think, upwards, that you have these features, but can't confirm. You have to actually look at them.
Just throw them all out.
That's where I get stuck all the time.
I did.
So I just wanted to get back to the.
That's nearly 16.
No, back to albums. Your camera roll is in your albums.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, just look at albums.
Okay, done.
Camera and photos, different edit symbol, details option. Did I see that? I remember what that one was. I won't worry about the rest of those though because they're not very exciting. But there's a detail one. Oh, details, here we go. When you're looking at a photo now, depending on what version of the phone or iPad you have, you will see details up the top. So details actually shows you various bits of information about where the photo was taken, when, all that sort of stuff. So that can be quite handy.
Got that.
Yeah, so you got that, that's good, that's nice. Nice of them to give you that.
Oh, now there it is. That's where I've got those little lines.
Oh, you got it
won't
now.
see-
Oh, where-
Yes, but that's only on there. Otherwise,
Isn't
it's
that
got
interesting?
details. It's got detail. It's got the edit on. If you just take an ordinary photo. See
There it is, no, there it is there.
There.
Yeah.
But if you go.
Oh no,
different
you
way.
weren't in an individual photo, you were in a set of photos. An edit appears when you're in a set of photos, it's a different option. That's why they've done a different symbol. So when you're looking, you've got to be looking at an individual photo for it to actually show up. So you have got it. And then if you tap that, you don't have the markup option. Oh, actually no, sorry, you do. It's up the top left. You just can't fit because you've got a little screen. So there it is. There's your markup. So you've got it up the top left. There it is there. That's where you find the markup option.
Oh, so have I.
You've got it there. So it's like, yeah, the screen's a bit smaller, it just can't fit it across the bottom.
Now, what
Or
was
if
the
you've got the bold.
Again?
Markup was where you can put a, draw over it, put text and all that sort of stuff. Fun, fun, fun.
And then revert.
And the last one that I've got in photos there is launching camera doesn't stop the music now, just in case you were listening to your music and you want to take a photo, it used to stop your music, so that's a good one.
Sorry, I'm not with you there.
If you're playing music using your device
Oh.
and you start up the camera app, it used to stop the music, but now it doesn't stop the music.
Oh.
Never having actually done that, where I've gone to take a photo. I never noticed that I did that anyway.
No.
Yes, so not that fussed about that one. Okay, any questions about those new features of camera and photos?
No, I'll come back to you
Come
next
back.
week when I've forgotten.
Different screen, related view, detail option, different edits, editing of live photos. We won't worry about that because we're probably not using that. Okay, so let's move on to Safari and some new features of Safari. So Safari, the key features that affect all of us are the first and last. So when you're in Safari, there you go, that's interesting. If I go to my, say, Facebook page, I think I closed all of these actually. Let's see what I've got open. Anything? I don't have. Bringing up my, here we go, Facebook page. So I actually have a lot of pages open, and I can see how many pages I've got open by tapping on that symbol. You can see that there's a lot of pages open. And the wonderful thing is now you can have unlimited open, so you could have a squillion of them. So they're not actually open. They're not actually open. It's just sort of like a list of pages you visited recently. So it's not actually it's not using up the memory, and it's not a big deal. But it does make it hard to find things if you're wanting to go between pages if you've got a squillion open. You probably don't need a squillion open. So what you can do now is hold your finger on that symbol there, the two squares at the bottom, and on my iPad, if I go into my Safari, it will be at the top. So if I hold my finger on that symbol, I now have the option to close all the tabs. So if I do it on this one, close 93 tabs. So that it saves me having to do that swipe. So I can close all of them at once.
36.
So that's a handy one.
Choose a very handy one.
If you've got a newer iPad, so this will be on yours, I think, on the Air 2, on the Pro, not on the previous models, you get the option to open this thing called split view. So I've done the same thing where I've held on that symbol up the top right there, and I can open split view. And in split view, I can choose to have one app, a Safari page on one side and a different Safari page on the other side. So I can see two Safari pages side by side. So if I go to here now, I can have, my normal website open here, or a Google search, and I can have some other information on the other side. So that's really handy for the likes of me, but it's only on the newer iPads. Does it do it for you? Yes, open split view. Yeah. So if you've got the touch sensor, this is on the iPad. On the iPad, if you've got the touch sensor, it will work because on that type of iPad. So you tap and hold on those two boxes until you see open and split view. If I tap and hold again, I will merge all tabs to put it back into one view. If it's you'll know you've got it if you've got the fingerprint sensor on your iPad. If you haven't got a fingerprint sensor, then you won't have it. Or if you've got a mini. Oh, mini. Yeah. Have you tried it? So if you just do the then it won't have it. Sorry. So no, so that's not it. It has to have the fingerprint sensor.
We're a bit out of date.
And I've got a mini too, because I used to take that for photos.
It'll keep asking you though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How did you do that, Jen?
Oh, I just said details and then I closed the screen, but it will keep popping up and asking you that.
Yeah.
It said on the box that was there, it said details.
Do that because it was in the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, unlimited. Yeah, so they're the two key things that we all have, but this one is for the newer devices only, the ones that have the touch sensor. Notes. So there is.
Use them all the time.
Notes, I love my notes.
Yeah.
So the key change in your notes is that you can now, if I was to set up, say, a shopping list for us, for our family, I think I've got one in here, did I set one up? So if I create a note and I have my shopping list, and in there I do, my list, and I've got my milk, bread, blah, blah, blah. And I can start that shopping list, and then what I can do now is I can actually share it with someone else. So I could share that note with my whole family, all the ones who do the shopping in our family, because we sort of, whenever we're at the supermarkets, it's a case of anyone need anything, so we can all then contribute to that one note, and then when whoever goes shopping, they can actually just pull up the list on their phone that everyone has contributed to. So you just do that by adding people. So if I add people, choose who you'd like to send the invitation to. So I actually just invite them via message or mail or however I want to invite them. As long as they've got iOS 10 and they can share notes.
I think I'll just keep writing.
Yeah. It works in our family because, Amy actually goes and does the shopping quite often. And so and Jim does the shopping. I try not to do the shopping. So I just enter the list.
But I don't have what you just said about,
Yeah, I'm just looking for it too.
Well,
That little face.
yeah, whatever you said, that's
So, have you upgraded your notes? Oh no, you have. Yeah. Are you in a note?
I'm in a shopping list.
You're in your shopping list. And are you on iOS 10 point? It's been there for a while.
But I'm adding.
What do you mean by
It's
upgrading?
Sorry about that, Chris. It's all
I
right.
need to shop.
I think that you just hand out the latest iPhones.
Yeah, no, it's been there. So no one else has got it?
No, I haven't.
You haven't upgraded, so yeah. So you haven't upgraded.
I often use it on me.
Yeah, so if you haven't upgraded to the latest
Is it only on your
notes.
phone?
That's a share with
Should be. Has anyone else got it?
Yep.
So you've got it
I'll know
on.
I'm sharing with
I'll
you.
know
Are you
everything
going to
she does
airdrop?
there.
Yeah, good eye.
And
I'll just
Kathy
throw one of these.
and Chris. So is there a Kathy here?
I haven't upgraded yet.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, Kathy's here. That's airdrop. That's
I'm going to
airdrop.
share my shopping list with
Okay.
all her notes that
What that means is that your airdrop is set to everyone. And so as a security precaution, it's best to actually slide up from the bottom of the screen,
Yes.
and your airdrop should generally be set to contacts only. As a precaution, mine's contacts only there. Sometimes I have it set to something else.
Mine is kind of.
So,
Yeah. Is yours set to everyone?
I was.
Yeah. So the danger of that is you're sitting at an airport and someone drops you something. You go, who is that? So yeah, you don't exactly want to have someone send you a.
And that, but that's only in.
Don't want to read it.
Don't want to think about it.
My airdrop, it says receiving off.
That's all. That means you're not sort of visible to other people. But if you want,
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing here. Airplane mirroring is I'm actually mirroring to my TV screen here. So I'm choosing to send my output to another device.
So you have to hit that if you want to use it.
Yeah, so you generally where you use that is with an Apple TV. So you've got an Apple TV attached to your TV, and you can mirror what's on this screen to your TV screen. So you could be watching ABC iView on your phone or iPad, and you could airplane mirror it to your TV screen so that everyone can watch it. So that's the way that works. That's been there for a long time.
Do you do a class on airdrop?
On airdrop, we talked about, we do talk about it during the introduction to the iPad and iPhone class series. We go into that,
I
yeah.
need to know more about it.
Yeah, airdrop is just for dropping, for sending content, information between devices that are at a near range using Bluetooth.
And you need to have Bluetooth on.
You need to have Bluetooth and Wi-Fi on for that to work, but you don't necessarily need to be on the internet. So you can be anywhere and not be connected to the internet. As long as you've got Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on, someone nearby can airdrop to you.
Being connected to Bluetooth all day, does that deplete your battery?
Tiny bit, but
Only a tiny bit.
I always have it on.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, because
Yeah.
mine seem to be running out very quickly on my phone, so I wondered why.
You just talk to her.
I know, never
It's
thought
usually
about
other things other than that,
Yeah.
which I won't go into
No,
now.
no.
But that is there's lots. If you go onto the iTandCoffee website, you will find there's always articles about that sort of thing because I write about it regularly. So, if I go to the iTandCoffee,
Obviously don't know.
if ever you want to have a look for an article that, because I've probably written one about it over the last 3 or 4 years. So come up to this search field. There's a search field at the top of towards the top of my web page or website on each page, and you could type battery and search, and that regular article about how to improve your iPhone battery life. So there'll be an article that I've written so that you can just tap on that and have a read. And there'll be other past ones there. So it is actually a really handy search field.
Amazing.
You'll find there's all sorts of articles that I repeat myself regularly.
You need to.
Some of your clients need repetition.
I can pull out all the ones.
Yeah.
I'm pulling out an old one in the next newsletter actually.
Have you got anything to say in a particular newsletter?
I can just pull out all the old ones.
Don't feel that
All my lovely clients give me lots of material every fortnight. I have a list every fortnight.
I'm in your website,
Oh, please.
but I don't have those little.
If you're on, I'll show you. If you're in the iTandCoffee website and you don't see, if I come to, here it is here. When you're looking on the iPhone, you don't have the search bar there. You have to tap this. So this gives you all the menu options, but it also gives you that search field at the top. So that's how you navigate between all the pages on the website. It's called, I've forgotten the word. It's called a responsive website. So that means it's different on the iPhone to what it is on the.
So when in doubt, push every little knob.
Basically. On most websites that you look at on your phone, they don't tend to look the same as what you see on the iPad and computer, and you'll generally see something like that at the top, which will give you the menu that you would normally see across the top.
Thank you.
All right. So that was notes. Messages. We know how to do balloons now, don't we, Helen?
We do. Only the birthday ones. I can't.
Oh, the other. All right. Let's all go into messages.
Okay.
This has had a lot of love given to it.
And it has fun given to it.
Oh, lots of fun given to it. My wordy lordy me.
Yes.
Who am I? I'm going to get out of any messages.
Yes.
That was with my neighbour about the barking dog.
Oh.
Now go edit it out now. Because my neighbour listens to these.
Oh, does she?
No, she's not a club member. I think I'm safe.
Hello,
Jeez, where are they?
That sounds like
This is a multi-purpose. What is that? I don't even know what that is. I'm going to have to read that in a minute.
Ping you 8. Ping you 8. An iCloud.
Oh, that's for a trip, right? Okay. Righty-ho. Oh, I've got to respond to that one as well. Righty-ho. I've got lots to do. Goodness. Okay. So, when I want to do some fancy schmancy email, texting now.
Yes.
So, what we found was that if you send the message happy birthday, who wants a happy birthday? Anyone's birthday?
Just pass.
So, and Jocelyn, you're getting a birthday message.
Okay.
Yeah. So, that's what you
That's
said
what
to
I
me.
said.
Yeah, you sent me that. So I hit this arrow to send. So hit that, and what it will do, look at this. Just because I said happy birthday, have a look on your screen, you see it? All these balloons came up. So when Anne looks at her message,
So that's where.
there they come. There's all the balloons.
Now,
So that is an automatic one. If you say Happy New Year, who wants a Happy New Year? So what I'm going to do now, what did you send me? Happy birthday. Oh, thank you. So now, if I was to send Jenny Austin a Happy New Year, Happy New Year, send. The arrow to send.
Get champagne.
Woohoo! You'll get that message now. Have a look.
Happy New Year.
And you'll get fireworks. Woohoo!
Ah.
But you can, so there's certain, those are the two phrases I could find that would cause those things to happen. But you can also do it yourself. So you can actually, you know,
Put your
add your own bits to it.
I was just
So,
reading up there. Is
What
this
does she
a little black
say?
duck
Do you
house?
think it's 1 o'clock yet? This little black duck's house.
That was it.
9 o'clock.
Whoopsie.
Use me.
Damn, that was a really bad one, wasn't it?
There's only one glass.
But what I did there, so if I want to, one of the things I can do is tap and hold on that, what I've already sent, and go, you know, ha ha. And it sends a ha ha bubble.
That's what my
with that
grandchildren
message. So I can also, so if, and again, I'm just going to do it again. I'm going to send you another text. But what I can do on my phone, I tap this little symbol to see some other options. And then I get these other options here. Actually, no, sorry. I'll do the other one first before I go into those. Before I send it, if I tap and hold on that, so I'm going to put my finger on that. Oh, sorry, do my finger on that. I get the option to do it.
That was my question.
So I can do it as a loud, gentle, invisible ink.
What
So
does
if I
that
do it loud, it makes it bigger.
Yes.
It goes through as a big message. Or if I do a gentle, it makes it little. Invisible ink, it only shows when you tap on it, I think. A slam is a bang.
Now, this has been my problem right through. Often that comes up, and when I hit to send, it doesn't go.
It takes
No,
a
you gotta-
while.
you
And
gotta
then
get
you've
out.
got to come again and do it.
So you've got to hit send. So if I
but it
send
doesn't
that,
always go when you just do that. You've got to do it several times.
speed of your device.
And
And-
why does it come sometimes and not
And
others?
yes,
It
exactly.
can be how long you press on the.
No, but sometimes it just sends a message back, and other times you've got to
It'll be
choose.
how long you tapped on the
On
send.
the little
Yeah, so
send.
if you've just
Oh.
gently tapped, it sends it. But if you put your, oops, sorry, get out of that.
Oh, I see.
If you
It
have
gives you that
started
choice.
something, sorry Jenny, I'm sending you all this
Oh,
rubbish.
so
But if I tap and hold, that's what has done it. So you've actually put your finger on for too long. Yeah.
Oh, look, that's been my problem.
And then-
ever since my last lesson.
Yeah.
To go to X.
Sorry, if you don't want to do that, you come out of that and it takes you back to your message
And then
without
you can
sending
send
it.
it. Yeah.
But if you tap and hold, and you can also then do this screen option. So
That's where
these are
your
the
bubbles
bubbles, but the screen is where you can choose what effect you want. So you can have bubbles, so you can, send with balloons. You can swipe right to left and send with confetti. You can send with lasers. You can send with fireworks. You can send with a shooting star. So they're your options at the moment for the effects that you can send.
No wonder people sit there looking at their phone
Yeah.
all day. Especially kids.
So I can hit, if I want to, so what would you like? Would you like confetti this time, Jenny?
I'll have confetti, thank you.
Confetti, alright, let's have confetti. And then I press my arrow to do the send. So you will, oh, fight it says, just because I went blah, blah, blah.
I have trouble with the keyboard.
So when you go loud or whatever, then how do you send it? So I've done that, I've pressed on loud.
Several times to get to work.
And then hit,
Oh, and then
hit the arrow.
Oh, and then hit, so
Then
get that,
hit the
and
arrow.
then hit the arrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
So probably remembers from the last time, you've got to choose which one you want this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that should have gone to you then. Did that come to you?
Uh,
Or did I send it to someone?
Who have you sent it to? Oh no, you haven't hit it yet, you've got to hit it.
Oh, I hit it.
Hit it
Oh,
now.
right.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how the kids do and all that stuff.
Unbelievable. And they're not doing
And then the
their homework.
other option you've got then, or other options you've got is over here. So if I tap that arrow, I can either send a picture that's in my library or that I take right now. I can do this symbol, so you're going to be the victim of this. What was that?
Somebody's
the door.
carrying something and it's not the door.
Hey?
Somebody carrying a parcel and
No, there's no one there.
Check the video.
Right, does the camera fall down? Last time that happened was the camera falling off.
Oh, really?
So in this screen, it shows you what you can do in terms of little animations. So if I do a 2-finger tap, it will send a kiss. You just got a kiss. Or I can actually scribble hi, and it will send, and then I've got to hit this to send that. and it sends hi that is actually scribbled as it comes through. So you can see, this will show you all the different things you can do. Oops, it gives you the whole list. And so heartbreak, I don't think that'd be a good one to send. Sketch, kiss, heartbeat, I think they're the main ones. So there you go.
How did you get that last screen up? You pressed on the...
I hit this one,
Oh, that.
that to actually make them appear.
Right.
And you can even record. Now that's, oh no, that's the colour. You can change your colour. That's not, so I can, yeah. Or I can record. What am I? Oh, I'm going to record. Oh, no, go away. Shoo. Let's recording. You just got that? Did you get go away shoo?
Not yet, no.
Oh God, I hope not. What's coming? I think, or it might just be a photo. Did it do it? Oh, just crashed it. Okay,
No, I didn't get it.
This is, boy, am I going to frighten some people with that.
and the other one you've got in there is you've got these stickers. So if when I tap on this A here, this is where you can get all these smileys, emojis. If I tap, what I tapped there was this little symbol down here, and I can see what all my available things are. I've got all these stickers that I can use, and you can go to the App Store and download stickers. Can't say I've really used it. You know, vampire. I can send you a vampire sticker. There you go. There's a vampire sticker. So you can just send some funny pictures. You have to download all those. Some of them are built in, but you have to download others.
So I just get all these, where they've just disappeared now. I get all these lovely photos when pictures of different funny things that.
So swipe through and you'll see the different options for what you get.
That's the one.
Yeah. So you can swipe through to see what you get there.
And
How about that one?
I know where the only balloons are. Can you go to this?
So you've got some fun there.
Yeah.
I haven't got time for that sort of fun. I have not got time for that sort of fun.
No.
You can send tracks from your Apple Music. I don't think any of us are going to do that, but you can. If you see, like I've got a message that's just come down from the top of the screen from Jenny. I can actually, are we all listening?
No,
Hands on heads!
attention.
Yeah, don't jump. Jenny's just sent me a message while I'm doing something else, and it's come down as an alert at the top of the screen, as they do now. They pop down like that. If I want to quickly respond to Jenny, I can actually double tap on that message. It'll take me straight into the message to reply. Can you send me another one actually, because I want to show something else. If anyone's got the 6S or the 7, who's got a 6S? Anyone got a 6S? So that will pop down. So I can actually, if you've got the newer 2 models, you can tap.
I just got one from somebody in Canberra.
Oh, there you go. That didn't work. Can you do that again?
Didn't it do?
Oh, gee, did I just send Anne one? I just
sent you one.
I just realised I was sending Anne
There's
Kaiser.
my one.
There's the ones that I sent to Anne Kaiser. You just say, oops, in a class.
Demonstrating.
It was funny. My husband usually gets the weird ones that I send during a class. Anyway, you can actually sort of double tap, or if you've got the force touch function on these devices, you can push on it and it will give you the option to reply from the alert. You probably won't need to worry about that. So that's messages. I whiz through messages.
That's the biggest change.
It is, it's huge, yeah. As I said, it got a lot of love. You can there's some other stuff you can do. You can turn off read receipts so that you know how you hear a ding if you've got, like, you're in a family conversation or a group of friends and it's all going off. Everyone's replying and going back and forward. So you can end up hearing ding 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 ding. So you can actually tell it to turn off the notifications that come with that. But we won't worry too much about that. Maps has had some changes. Maps is quite different. I'm still trying to get used to it. So the Maps app, which is the Apple Maps, this one here. There, I'm going to Maps. So in Maps, it looks quite different. You get this thing down the bottom. I haven't got it over there. I can actually make that go away if I just want to look at my map by sliding that down. So if you do see that information at the bottom, just slide it out of the way. So the search option is down the bottom. It used to sort of be up the top. So if I now search for a place, I get sort of all these other options up here. And the whole navigation stuff has changed quite a bit as well. I'm still getting used to that. But something you can do, so if I said I wanted to go to, I don't know, Flinders Street Station, Flinders Street, Melbourne.
Which is where I need to go afterwards. Yes.
Okay, Flinders Street. I can get directions there. I can choose now to do public transport in Melbourne. That's only new. So it can tell me there how would I get to Flinders Street from here. So it's working it out, and it says that I can walk from here, or I can catch a bus. There's a bus down the end of the road that I can catch that will and then get me to the train. And it will take me 35 minutes, and I need to leave by 10:47.
And it's a 150 metre walk to the station.
150 metre walk down to Albion Road where the bus leaves.
Yes. Oh, right.
Yeah, or I can walk to the station. And I think it might even, yeah, so it has that option as well. If I was to walk to the station, I'd need to leave by that time, 900 metre walk, and it would be 35 minutes.
You went on to Amazing.
Yeah, so that's really quite handy to see what buses and transport options you have.
Or something.
I know. And then, oops, go away. So then also what I get, if I get out of that, I can actually tap ride. This is new. If I tap ride, it'll actually integrate with Uber.
Oh, wow.
So Uber, I can choose.
You have to have the app on.
You have to have the Uber app and have an Uber account, but it'll actually, here we go, I could say book it and I can go, and an Uber would turn up out here in 6 minutes.
You're joking.
And that's
Easy
roughly
as.
the price.
That's the price, yeah.
And it's Uber X.
I think it's normal Uber. Oh, Uber X, Uber Black. I'm not sure, I'll have to have a look.
It's more expensive.
More expensive, yeah. I think Uber X is just your standard, isn't it? Yeah, and then there's Uber Black if you want to flash your car. Flash your car, yeah.
Right.
So that's really handy because it just sort of takes that, you don't have to sort of go into Uber and go through the Uber stuff, you can just do stuff from the maps.
Mine says 16 minutes to get home.
There you go.
Oh, I didn't have to ask. Take all the road.
So yeah, and it's apparently more proactive and better able to assess traffic conditions than what it used to be. So it'll give you directions based on where it sees the traffic snarls.
Takes me 1 hour 39 minutes to get home. You've got me there, is it?
That's right.
So mine will be better when I upgrade the new one, the new 10.1.
That I think that was new in 10.1. Yeah. If it's, is it there? Does it have
I'm
ride?
not getting what you've got.
No. You've got ride, so it is there. So, but do you have Uber on here? No. So it would only be if you have Uber. Yeah. So you do have it, right? So it's on that one as well. So it might not have been. Yeah. So you just need to make sure. Shoo!
Can you get back to that where you can find Uber?
Oh yeah, sure. So if I go into my maps, and I put in where I want to go, so I'll go to Flinders Street. So I put in where I want to go, then I tap directions, and then I get ride as one of my options. So I can look at the directions for driving, walking, public transport, or getting Uber, or other places might have other ride sharing capabilities. And it may even, I don't know if you have the 13 Cabs app or anything, whether it actually integrates with that. I think it's just Uber at the moment, but maybe in future there'll be other ones there.
I don't think we
Yeah, sure. Or we're pretty much done.
Is that alright?
I think all I've got is there's music and iCloud Drive, news there. There's nothing highly exciting. The video will be on the website. So I'll put that up if you want to. We'll go for a little bit longer if everyone's
I
okay.
think we've got that one on ours.
What's that?
That where you you ride and walk. But
Oh, you haven't got it.
It tells me how long I was in Palm Springs.
Give directions, and you've got right. You have to give directions. Yeah. Thank you very much. No worries. There you are. The next one will be, actually, just so you know, I've put up the dates for next year as well, for the first few months. So next Free Friday is December 16. Maybe we should make that the Christmas party one. Or no, maybe we should do it evening. I don't know, think about that.
I think it'd be too much to do time.
And then we've got, the next one will be in February after that. So February, March, April.
Are they to take?
Yes, you can take them.
Thank you.
Here we go. Hang on, they're just over in the thing there.
I'll be waiting to myself.
Health app. Have you filled out your health app? It's worked. So the health app, which you may not even have realised was there. If you can find it, if you're not sure where it is, try just doing the pull down from the middle of the screen and type health. Pull down, slide down from the middle of the screen and type health. Oh, and try and get the right letter. There it is, tap there, and then you've got your health app. So what you can do, there's this medical ID. So in there, you fill out your details, because the idea is if you have an accident, you collapse, whatever, the emergency services will know, if your phone's still working, to go to the medical ID. Because what you can do, you can get to the medical ID from your lock screen. They don't have to be able to get into your device. So they can tap emergency from the lock screen, and they can tap medical ID, and from there they can see who the next of kin is, who to call. They can see your blood type, your weight, your height, and whether you're an organ donor. And I've got at the top there that I'm an organ donor. So you can fill all of that information in that app, in your health app, and then those in the know, or the health professionals know that that's where they can look for information about you and your
Where did
health.
that come from, though, that biotin? Have you put that in?
What have I got there?
That front page, I can get that online.
Pass. Eat more real food. Eat less
I
junk.
know,
Find the
I got
amount.
that.
I can watch a video. I'm on health data. Are you on health data?
Mine just went.
Oh, you haven't set up yet. That's because you haven't set up
so
yet.
once
I'm
you
all
set
set
up-
up. Yeah.
oh,
Once
okay.
you've set up, this is the health data screen. So it can actually record information. So in theory, it's actually working in conjunction with my Apple Watch and recording my my number of steps, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So if I go back to yesterday, actually let's ignore yesterday. Actually, let's ignore the day. At least it doesn't actually track what I stick in my mouth.
Come next.
Yeah. So that's always been there, the medical app. But it's also good to know that for yourself, that if ever you come across someone in trouble and you can actually get to their phone, then it's good to know that from the lock screen, when you get up the keypad, tap emergency. So if I do that again, I've got the lock screen up. Tap emergency when you get the keypad, and tap the medical ID, and you may well find that you can call their next of kin, or if it's a lost phone even, that's a way of finding out how to perhaps contact them to let them know that you've got their phone.
Oh,
So it's well worthwhile.
So I can't find emergency.
If you're at the keypad, you're not on the lock screen. I'm talking about when someone picks up your phone and it's on the lock screen.
Started it, but I haven't gone.
Oh.
Then you've got emergency down there. So it's when you're not able to unlock it, someone can get to your emergency information to either, so from there they can ring the emergency services. So if you find someone's phone and you need to call emergency services, get out of that, come back in. So when I tap emergency, I can actually dial the emergency services from there. I don't, even though I haven't
This
unlocked the
isn't
phone.
closing down because we left it to not
You can, the sleep switch will do that.
Oh, will it?
Yeah, generally. Right. And there's all sorts of other things in there that you probably won't pay attention to. Music, changed a lot. Is anyone using music? Anyone care? We'll skip it, let's skip it. iCloud Drive. There is now, if you've got a Mac, a a feature that lets you synchronize your desktop and your documents folders so that you can see them on all your other devices. So that if you put files in your documents and desktop, they're actually going into your iCloud. There's a setting on your Mac that you can set up for that. And so then it's a good way of being able to have access to everything on the go. But you need to have enough space in iCloud for that to work. I won't go into it in detail here, but if you've ever thought, gee, I wish that the documents that I put on my computer were available on my phone and my iPad, then they're trying to give you a solution to that problem.
Just found the nutrition, because I had done half of it. I had filled it.
Message failed to send
Have
to
you got your body measurements and everything in there?
I've just got my weight.
You don't have to put reproductive health? I don't think so.
0?
Ovulation, sexual activity, spotting, too much information.
Cervical mucus.
Need all that.
That would have been very useful when we were trying to have our first baby, I'm sure.
So you can track your menstrual cycle. Oh my God, I can't believe it.
There's one for the handy.
You're going further down the track.
I wish that you could track your...
Well, it tells you body measurements.
Oh dear. The news app has changed quite a bit. Anyone use the news app? So the news app is this app, which is, you know, it is handy because it's able to sort of gather up news from all sorts of sources. So if you don't want to pay for a subscription to The Age or that sort of stuff, then you can actually collect lots of articles from all over the place. So they've given that a new look. I would just say have an explore. Don't tend to use it that much myself. I actually read The Age on here. Oh, there we go. That was pretty much it. And then I had some inspirational words at the end. It's never too late to learn. And next is, and yes, you can do it.
Very clever.
You can do it.
Very relaxed.
Relax. Interested in learning more or just need help? Here's the promotion. iTandCoffee can help with the logo. So yes, a lot of if anyone is interested, I have actually updated the guided tour guide now, so it's quite comprehensive. It's not covering the individual apps, but it is covering all those features, how to set up your passcode, spotlight search, the thing we just did by dragging down, just how that works, customizing sounds, how to manage your storage. So all the things that, you know, don't sort of go with particular apps, I've actually updated this now, so it's about 100 pages of stuff, if anyone's interested. It's iOS 10, so yeah, so it's sort of a lot more than it used to have in it. And that, I think, is iOS 10.
That's brilliant. I'll come back in a month.
It's a huge upgrade, that
There's lots in it. There was one thing though, I found this the other day. I'm so excited. So if I'm reading an article on Safari, so say I'm on, you know, this really good website called iTandCoffee, it's really good, and I come into my Safari here, where I'm almost on there, I can actually do that. Actually, no, get out of that. If I go tap tap, it actually,
Where did you tap tap?
on the home bar.
Oh, okay.
So that's in that guide. If you need more information, that guide comes to that. The tap tap. So the multitasking, tap tap. Now what it does, see down the bottom here, when you do that tap tap, it says, oh, did you want to open the page on Safari that you were reading on your iPhone? Because sometimes you want to I actually use this on the computer. So I actually I had a page that I had open on here, but I wanted to do something with it on my computer. Same thing applies there. I can actually get to exactly that page by tapping down there. Or if I was in Evernote and had something open, I can get to the same thing by doing the tap tap, and along the bottom it shows me what I'm doing on my other device. So it knows what you're doing on the other device, and you can bring up the same thing if you want. So if I was to go to the Age on here, So I've got an article that I've brought up on the Age. Oops.
It has to be open, does it?
I would have to be in the article. So go to the Age, bring up this page and say, I think, oh, I'd like to actually work with that on my computer. I'd like to work with it on here. So I would go tap, tap, do it, tap, tap, and in a Safari, so it will actually know what page I was on, and it will bring up that page. So it says opening web page from handoff. As long as my internet's working properly, that will come up. But I had a problem. I actually had it the other way around, where I have a tool that I use to scoop articles so I can use them if I want to in my newsletter. And I'd accidentally deleted a shortcut to it on my computer. And so I wasn't able to do what I used to do on the computer. And I wanted to quickly do what I needed to do, but I could do it from here. So I used that technique, had the page up, tap, tap, could bring it up here, and then I could do what I needed to do from here. It's just the website, it's obviously not working, but anyway. The internet's not working, but it is very handy. There's this whole thing called continuity, which is a thing that makes your iPad, your iPhone, your Mac all work together, so that you can copy something on your Mac and paste it on your iPhone or iPad, or do this whole thing of, you know, when you're doing something on one device, continue it on another device. That's called continuity.
And when you don't have a Mac,
well, then it's just between your iPad and iPhone. No, it's between your iPad and, oh, yeah, well, you could, yeah, yeah.
just email.
Email the article, yeah, you go do it the old way.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
The runaround.
Run around. It takes a bit longer, but you can still do it. But this is all about making it a bit more seamless, working between all the Apple devices. Yeah, much easier.
When the computers, etc., are on automatic backup,
Computers are on automatic backup. Your computer, your Mac,
well,
your
iPad,
yeah,
it
different.
doesn't do it, does it? You've got to go in there.
If you're doing an iCloud backup, it should do it automatically. If it's on
It
Wi-Fi,
keeps sending things I have. It hasn't been backed up
On
for
your
3 weeks,
iPad.
in my mini iPad.
it probably just means it hasn't been. It's got to be on Wi-Fi, charging, and asleep, and for long enough that it actually can do the backup. So you turn it off, perhaps. If it's turned off, it won't get to do it. So if it's not in that state, or if you haven't got enough iCloud storage, then it won't do it. So it'll be something about.
I just went into settings and it had backup now, so I didn't. Then
Mightn't have finished that backup. It's got to stay on Wi-Fi for long enough to do the backup. So you have to have a look at
But
that.
you don't have to turn it off.
You don't. You definitely don't turn it off. You just have. It just has to be asleep, charging it on Wi-Fi. Because you should once a day. Yeah. So maybe it needs to be closer to the router or something like that. So thank you all for coming.
Thank you, Teach.
And there'll be more. Obviously, we've covered, you know, a lot of stuff. There's probably more that is yet to be discovered, or that I haven't included
You haven't
yet. So
discovered
I'll keep you informed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then you haven't got an email from Telstra.
An email address to email Telstra.
There isn't one, is there?
Why do you need to? You do a
I
live
lost
chat.
$600 yesterday.
You call them or you live chat them. Why did you lose $600?
Because I was one day late paying my prepaid. And I had that.
So you had that reserved.
And you were using it while, so you.
Well, they warn you, but I don't think I saw it till.
Then ring them. They're pretty often. Often if you ring them, they'll waive it. So just ring and talk to them.
And there was the 31 days in October.
Yeah, just ring. Yeah.
The problem is you then get a Filipino or some accent that you can't understand.
Or you do a live chat. I do live chats. Live chat is where you just do it via the website, and the good thing is then you've got a record of what they said, and you're not having to listen to the accent. So they're typing their response, you're typing your response.
But I'm not quick enough to do that.
Yeah.
Well, if you get somebody that you can't understand, you just hang up and then ring again.
Yeah, then you got to. I mean, they've got so many calls coming in at the moment because of all the changes they've made to their emails that you can sit there for ages waiting to get through. And it's just, yeah.
I don't think in a live chat I could type fast.
No, I couldn't do that. What about going into Camberwell office?
Yeah, you can go into it. You can go in. Like you can walk in. Yeah. Walk into Telstra.
Even if you have to book.
But you won't find a direct email address. I mean, everyone will get hold of that.
We need to go
and
early
spam.
too.
They've got so many many people who want them.
Because of the crowds, so I'm making a plan to go shopping.
Well, that, yeah, it depends on what you're on and just go down. What's your email address?
And then,
Until I can hear, I'm strong.
9 o'clock,
At
on the door waiting. So not,
When people
because it can
send it, it says
be.
Apple Ink.
There used to be one at Forest Hill, they've closed it down.
The From does?
Yes.
It's possibly 1 o'clock, so that.
Is that really from Apple then? I have to have a look. I have to have a look at what's going on. That's good. Look, if you're getting lots of spam that's specific to who your email provider is, and there's some things you can do about changing that.
When names are up from my emails,
Oh, that probably means that you've been saved to your contacts. That your Chris Lanyon is your email address is under the contact called Apple Inc. Somehow that's happened.
Can you undo that?
Yeah, go into your contacts and delete it if it's in there. Yeah. All right, so we're going to be over. So call it quits for today. Stop that video.
Seriously, I think